All right, this video is for people in the fitness industry, personal trainers to be exact. Uh, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to make more money in the industry, how to stop wasting time in the industry, how to take your business to the next level in this industry, how to stop chasing people and wasting their time in this industry. You know, as a personal trainer, as an ex-personal trainer, as an ex-personal, well, as an ex-personal trainer, I've been trained in about 8 or 9 years. I retired from that industry, but let me see. I started back in 2005, and I wrapped it all up. I wrapped it all up at about 2015. So I was about good 10, about maybe 11 years in, and some change. And I'll tell you why. I'll get to that point of the story eventually. But what led me into the industry back in '05 was I was working in I was in Tampa, Florida, working at a nonprofit organization, and I was in the housing department, fixing up houses for elderly people, things like that, through a government grant program. And the government cut the budget for the program, so I had to do something quick. So I got into personal training. I saw it as a something. Oh, I enjoy getting in shape, staying in shape. Anytime I can get paid to help people get in shape, that's a no-brainer. And they made it seem like, oh, the money's great. You can work on your own time, working shorts, work in the gym. You can exercise, you can stay in shape and get paid at the same time. They said all those things to make you like, ooh, wow, yeah, ooh, I like the sound of that. So I dove face forward. Wow. I didn't do any research on the industry or anything like that. I just dove in. All I saw was the money and how much I can make. They said, yeah, you can make $20 an hour, $30 an hour, or even more, depending on where you live. And I was in Tampa, so this is not a big market. It's a medium market. You can get paid here in Tampa, but compared to say like Miami or LA or New York, cities like that, yeah, you can get paid 40, 50, $60 an hour for one session, uh, training somebody one on one. So I mean, $50 an hour, that equates to $100,000 a year if you work 8 hours straight. And I was looking at all that. I looked at all the numbers and I was like, yeah, that sounds great. If I can make about 25 an hour, that's like 50 grand a year working in the gym. That's crazy. I do that all day. Sign me up. Yeah. So fast forward, I go ahead. I studied for the test, and that test was a monster. Just to study for that test was a beast. I'm like, am I? Is this pre med? Like, what the? You know, like, good grief. And then it started talking about nutrition. I'm like, wait a minute, a nutritionist? Okay, but then it kind of clicked. It's like, okay, we're trying to help people get in shape and lose weight. So nutrition is 80% of the battle. Sometimes 90%. And it's kind of totally flip flop how the industry teaches shows people on TV like, hey, get in shape, exercise, join this gym. Yeah, that's not how you really lose weight. You lose weight by getting in that kitchen and eating healthy. That's how you lose weight. But I know you didn't come here for my life story. You came here to figure out how to make some money. So I'm gonna get to that right now. Okay. Now fast forward. I'm working in the gym, and and I, and I, and I'm doing the typical things the manager says to do to get clients. Because I worked in a gym where you had to actually go and hunt for clients on the floor because it's all commission based. It's not, but the gym I worked for, they actually gave me it was like a base plus commission. The base was like it's almost like a waitress type situation. You make minimum wage, and then whatever else you make on the side is yours. Minus the split or whatever it was, 80-20, 70-30, whatever, 50-50. I can't remember what it was. But 1 second. Yeah, so whatever the split was, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, yeah, it sounded great. I can actually make some money while I'm in here, while I'm hunting, and trying to get clients. Okay. Now, when I got into training, when I started studying, the book didn't say anything about sales, and that's pretty much what I was doing. I was doing like 80% sales, and I didn't know anything about sales. I didn't know not one thing about sales. How to present something to a client and and try to close them and all this kind of stuff. I had no idea what I was doing. And then when I started working for this gym, they had me doing, like role plays with other trainers in the gym, like, or sell him on some service. So I did the best I could. And the dude was like, after I did my pitch or whatever, the dude was like, he was shaking his head. He was like, dude, that ain't gonna work. I was like, man, I was about to bust him in his, you know what? Like, F you, man. But anyway, I digress. But that was the stress of that job. And I ended up, I got a couple of clients when I first started like that. But then I switched up to another type of gym where that you didn't actually have to sell. You had to, all you did was just, they actually give you clients. The it was LA Fitness. They actually give you clients and you just work them. So that was much better. But doing it that way, you make less money. So because they did all the selling to close the deal, so now they had to get a portion of that, and they took a lot of the portion. Uh, I'm not going to divulge how much LA Fitness costs, but yeah. So yeah, just to say, um, they didn't pay jack, and I had to make a serious business decision because it was either go try to find a regular job or continue living in the poorhouse. And I mean, at this point, I was not in Tampa at that point. I was in Atlanta, and I was staying in a pretty decent apartment. I was staying in a loft, and that rent was no, I wasn't staying at the loft at that point. I had a roommate at that point, and I was like, and I can barely make ends meet with a roommate. I'm in my mid-30s with a roommate. Yeah, it was a female friend of mine. We both moved up to Atlanta together to get away from Tampa for better opportunities, and I was struggling. But anyway, I had to make a serious business decision to make some more money. And so I said, how can I make more money in the fitness industry? How should I learn how to, should I go back to the other type of gym where I'm making more money, but then I have to sell myself and, work off strictly commissions, or what should I do? And then that's when I saw some videos popping up about going on your own, doing your own thing, opening up your own small gym, small fitness center, and have clients come in and you can charge them full price, and you just pay the overhead, for renting the space and things like that, and getting some equipment in the door, and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, should I do that? Or I don't know. I need money to get all that started and set up. Or what I could do, I found some small gyms around the area. They were hiring personal trainers. Well, they weren't hiring. They were kind of like they had space for trainers to come in, and you train your own. You bring your own clients in from the outside. They didn't provide anything but the space and the equipment, and you bring in whatever you want to bring in, and you do your own thing. And they take a cut. Like, say if you're charging $50 a session, they take like 20% or something like that. So, 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So they just took a cut from what you're doing at that point. I'm like, okay, that's an option to make more money. So I looked into that, and it looked good. It sounded good. But then I kept looking. I said, let me just keep diving deep into this research, see where the money is. And then it hit me. It's like aerobics teacher, group fitness teacher, things like that. And I was like, okay, well, aerobics teacher, cycling class, things like that. Okay, well, that means I'll have to be back in a gym, but I'm kind of getting paid on hourly. It's like, nah, that's not gonna work. That's like the same as being a personal trainer, but just with more people. And now they're just paying me hourly income. I'm like, nah, and the income wasn't that much. And I'm like, yeah. So that was not in the cards for me to do that. And plus, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be in front of a group of people. Come on, left, left, drop, and one, and two, and three, and four. Yeah, that's not me. Or getting on a bicycle for a whole hour, and that's just one class. Nah, that was not in the cards for me. You know, I didn't want to have to work hard for the money. I'm not there to do all the work. They're there to do the work so they can lose weight and get in shape. So anyway, uh, what was the option? What was the thing that was going to break me free of this no money making venture I jumped into, and I'm stressed out and I'm stuck? What was going to be the breakthrough? Uh, Thank you, Google, and I found it. Well, YouTube and Google, and it was in the lines of group workouts, group situations, and what popped up was boot camps. I'm like, boot camps. That's when I hear boot camp, I'm thinking army, military, things like that. Boot camp. But then I start, you know, looking at some of the videos and people were talking about it, and it wasn't that many people on YouTube talking about it back then. This is 2006 when I stumbled upon this opportunity, and I started researching it. I'm like, okay, okay. And then I had a friend of mine who played football, uh, and he worked at a local park in Tampa, and he was like a little league football coach also. And I asked him, hey, what do you think about this? And he's like, yeah, man, get it and run with it. Uh, he gave me some pointers of what you could do, like different type of activities you could do for the people, because he works with kids, but then he actually, he was a coach working in high school also, high school football. So young teenagers, but young teenagers are not adults in their 30s and 40s and 50s. These teenagers and kids, they're in shape. We're talking about grown adults that sit down all day long at the job. They're out of shape, lazy, uh, grown folks. So that's a different type of mentality, different type of fitness level. So I had to do my research on that. Like, what could I do to get these people in shape and nobody will have a heart attack while I'm working with them? Because I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to mess people up and get them sick and stuff. Yeah, I gotta angle this camera just right because the sun is like right behind me. Okay. Yeah, so I had to figure out what to do, what kind of exercise could I implement so these people can get in shape without injuring themselves and getting hurt on my watch. Well, while I was working at the gym, I brought up the idea to one of my clients, like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And the guy, he told me, do it, dude, do it. He said, man, I'll be your first client to sign up, man. What do you think about charging? He said, I hadn't even thought about anything like that. How much to charge, how many sessions, any of that stuff. So I was like, yeah, I have to get back with you, man. I'm still doing some research right now. I'm doing reconnaissance. So he laughed it off, and I immediately I went home because see, right there was confirmation to let me know, hey, man, I got a client right now. I got somebody that wants to sign up right now to a boot camp. So I said, okay, let me see what could I charge how many sessions and the location, all that stuff. Where could I do it? Could I do it at a park? Yeah. Do it indoors, outdoors. I mean, so at that point, I said, okay, let's do this. Let's go 3 times a week. Say like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like that, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days a week for 4 weeks. That's 12 sessions, and I was gonna charge them like $10 a session. Oh, this arm is getting tired, and the sun is like right behind me now. So I was gonna charge them $10 a session. So that's 10 times 12. That's $120. And come to find out, when they're signed up to my personal training at LA Fitness, they're paying $30, $40 a session, and we get peanuts from that. And the sessions were only 30 minutes, not even a full hour. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and do a full hour, and I'll charge them less. Like I said, $10 for the session, since it's a group, and I can't charge them $40 a session. That's too much. Let's do, and see, it's not personal training; it's group fitness now, so it's not one on one. So I have to pull back on how much I charge. But it's funny, you charge less, but you make more. It's funny how that works out. Anyway, yeah, you charge less, but you make more. So I charged $10, and then I had about 15, 16 clients that I was training at LA Fitness. So I told every last one of them, and I told them, hey, and don't you tell nobody in here, like specifically the managers, my managers, LA Fitness, because they'll find out I'm pulling people out of the gym. They'll want to fire me. So they're like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna say anything. So nobody said anything. And so what happened was, I was doing my split shift. I was going from 7 in the morning to 12, 12:30, but then I wasn't coming back for the evening clients. I was like, you know what? I just said something like, I'm in school right now, or I'm doing something else. I'm just, I can't do the evening shift. So you hand those clients off to somebody else. But what's funny is, all those clients came to my boot camps, and they quit their program. All the ones that worked out in the evening, because my boot camp was in the evening. Yeah, it was a 6 p.m. class, and I did it at a local park, and I got permission to do it indoors. And so that was my first boot camp, and that was confirmed from my class at LA Fitness that I had. And I had about 12 people. So let me see. Uh, let's do the math. Just say if I had 10 people, and I'm charging them $120 for the class. That's $1,200 for the month. So hey, okay, I'll take that. You know, that's one class. I'm like, wait a minute, what if I had 2 classes or 3 classes? Now I'm making more money, and I'm just working like 2 hours, 3 hours. But it's like, okay, let's do this. So I did a 6 o'clock class, and then I did a 7 o'clock class. Now both classes weren't full. Some came, it was like 8 came to the first one, and probably I think like 7 or 8 came to the second one. So uh, it was split time, but I was making more money. I was making more money, making more money. And I was like, all right, okay, I can get used to this. Plus, I had the little piece of crap check that I was getting from the gym on top of what I was doing on my own. I'm like, all right, okay, okay. So I did that for a while. And then, let's see, I was giving money to that park also to use the indoor facility. I'm like, that's cutting into my profits. So I need to take this outside where it's free. So I started doing it in the park outside, and not that exact park, because they would be mad like, hey, that's not cool. You're paying us, and now you're not paying us, and you're going outside. No, we're not gonna allow that. So I went to another park, of course, and folks, the rest is history. And I tell you what you can do. It sounds simple, but there are a lot of ins and outs and things you need to know when working with a group of people outdoors. There's liability. People could get injured outside. Where you're gonna, your locations. Uh, it's a lot of things going on. How do you, or you say you have 20 people want to work out with you? How do you assess 20 people? How do you manage expectations from a bunch of people in one gathering? This is not one on one where you can just sit there and talk to that one person. No, this is like 15, 20 people at a time. How do you manage that? You have all these different attitudes, or you have people saying all kind of stuff during the classes, like, you know, I don't like this exercise, or I don't feel this is working. Uh, tell, you know, I'm not too sure about that one. Am I doing it right? Oh yeah, making sure they're doing the exercises properly too. That's a big thing. Now you're not looking at just one person. You're looking at 10, 15, 20 people now. You don't want anybody to be doing the exercise incorrectly, having bad form and stuff like that. So, man, yeah, so it's a lot to it. And I learned as I went through, as I progressed through it, and I perfected it. Oh, and the marketing. See, I just couldn't keep using the same class that I had at the gym. I mean, that's gonna get old real quick. After about 1 or 2 months, that's they're done. They're moving on. That's another thing too. It's a lot of turnover in boot camps because you can't just work with the same people for forever. Um, well, you can, but then you're gonna get kind of bored and tired of them because it's like they've already done it before, and every month you start over with a brand new crew, and they've been with you 4 or 5 months, and they don't want to start over with them with the newbies. So now you have to have a split camp in the same camp. Like they're advanced, and then now you're working with beginners in the same class. How are you gonna manage that? So had to learn all that craziness. I mean, it was just and the weather. A friend asked me, said, "What do you do when it rains?" Oh, see, I was in Atlanta, and in the Atlanta winters, they get cold, boy. They drop down in the teens. Woohoo! What do you do then? It's kind of like having a lawn service. Like during the winter months, you can't work. You have to kind of change up and figure out something else to do. So I had to go through that entire process of everything, all that stuff. And I tell you what I did at that point. This is like I said, this was around 2006. I was just grinding, boy, just getting into it, grinding, and I learned so much. I kind of documented everything I did, and I wrote it down as I went. And I was like, you know what? I'm writing all this stuff down that I'm doing. It's kind of like a big old diary. Let me put this together in a structured format. And so what I did was at that point, I said, you know what? I need this. This would be good for trainers to learn how to do. Because there are a lot of them in there struggling right now. Because I was doing it for about 5, 6 months at this point, and I just looked at everybody in there. I'm like, if they only knew, if they only knew the, how much more money they could be making by working less. And I had like 3 classes. I had an early class, the 6 a.m. class. I had a 6 p.m. class and a 7 p.m. class, and I was making about $3,500, $4,000 a month. Yeah, I wasn't rolling in dough, but I was making more than twice than what I was making in the gym. I was barely making ends meet. My checks in the gym after 2 weeks barely cracked $1,000, and I'm working like 10-hour shifts, 6 days a week. I'm like, this is craziness. I'm busting my butt and not making any money. So boot camps, I made almost triple the money, and I worked less, way less. I'm like, that's the epitome of working smarter, not harder. So what I did was I put that diary and I organized it in a way, and I structured it like a book, an ebook. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna sell this to trainers, not for not like a course, like a $500 course or anything like that. It's just a straight book where you get right to it. You learn the ins and outs, and it gives you ideas so you can run with it. And on the back of the book, let's see, I didn't put out the book at that point because I wasn't a master. I wanted to really master this thing and get it really down. And so what I did too, I said, how can I make more money doing this? Because it's like I'm driving all over the city. I'm burning all the gas out. I'm in traffic all day long, and by the time I get there, I'm stressed out. So what I did was I flipped the game. I said, I'm gonna have people. I'm gonna market in the area where I live, and instead of them, hold on a second. Ooh, yeah. So I said, what did I say? Yeah. How can I? I need to learn more. I need to be more of a master of what I'm doing. So I had to take it to the next level. So how can I make more? Well, I had to do another class. But when could I do another class? It was either that one early class or it was two classes in the evening. And most people go to work at 8 o'clock and they're not gonna be coming in for a 7 p.m., 7 a.m. class, and they have to be to work at 8. But then they could. But I was just so well. Anyway, what I did was I instituted a mid-afternoon class. I said, let me target a different group of people. There are retirees out there. See, I didn't know what that was. Yeah, there are retirees out there, like seniors. Maybe if I can get that crowd, like do like a 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., and maybe I can do that indoors and have the a Parker's facility out there. I pay them. So I start thinking all kind of stuff like that. But I tell you what, uh, I have a secret weapon that I used, and I put it in the book. And so like this, the secret weapon that I used, basically I shut down my morning class because that morning class was just killing me. I did not want to be driving across town or to no 6 a.m. class because that meant I had to get up at 5 to travel way across town. I did not like that. I did not like that. And then the evening classes, oh, especially when the time changed, like the fall and the winter months. It's getting dark at 5:30, so we can't be out there at 7 o'clock. It's pitch black out there. So I had to think about all that stuff. But I came up with a secret weapon, and I jumped on the secret weapon, and I ended up doing one class, which paid me the same amount of money as 3 classes. So I had more people in one group. So I worked really less time, and I made about the same amount of money. And I put all that in the book, how I strategized that, how I attacked it, how I marketed that that group, and it wasn't the seniors because I thought about it, and I don't want a senior to have a heart attack. And they said, to work with seniors, you have to have a specialized training to learn how to work with seniors because they have all kind of body issues, um, arthritis and things like that, sciatica. So I didn't want to go down that route, trying to learn all that stuff. I just rather work with people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s who are people. I had a couple of ladies, they were in their 60s and they were good to go. I mean, they were running hard, yeah, good stamina. But I put that in the book, in my big diary book that I put together. And now this was back in 2006, 2007, especially with the marketing. Wow, wow, sound like the Sons of Anarchy out here. Yeah, motorcycle clubs. But yeah, anyway, nature, people, the outdoors. You gotta love it. Like I said, I'm at a park right now. I love hanging out at parks. But I put all that in the book. But what I was saying, uh, a lot of the marketing, half the book is about marketing, how to attract clients and how to get clients and customers and how to pitch it to them and how to sell it to them, how to close them. It's a mentality with fitness. It's something because see, fitness is a luxury. It's not something that they need like food. You don't need to sell people food. People want to eat food, so you just show up with a restaurant and they'll come to you. People buy clothes because they need clothes. But health and fitness, this is like you have to sell it. So I flipped the script. Instead of selling it, I had them to sell themselves. And I had to learn how to sell. Remember what I said from my story earlier when I first started? I didn't know you had to become a salesperson. So I had to learn the tricks of the trade. So I got to the point where it was kind of like arrogant selling. Like I don't really need you because there are other clients, people out there who want to do this. And I had some people in my boot camps that they were acting funny, had bad attitudes, and actually I gave one lady her money back. I was like, you know what, this is not working, so the best thing for us to do is just go ahead and go our separate way. I'm gonna give you the rest of your money back, and the best of luck to you. And she was like she couldn't believe it, like give me my money back. She was just one of those type of people that just wanted to argue all the time and fuss and complain and complain and complain. I mean that was my worst boot camp ever because she was like a virus. Her attitude spilled over to the other people in the camp, and those other ladies they started acting like and thinking and acting like her and thinking like her. I'm like, this whole camp was a bust, and I was driving way across town for like 5 ladies. I was making no money. The money I made from that camp just went into my gas tank. But I digress. I ran into all kind of trash and garbage attitudes like that. But like I said, I learned. I had to learn how to deal with that stuff. So I could sniff it out real quick, and once I sniff out a bad seed, got to go. I sit them down quick after like the first couple of days. Hey, 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 oh, you know, talk to me. What's going on? You know, if this not gonna work out for you, it's best that you just do it on your own because we don't need that over here. Okay, and yeah, you're gonna run into that kind of stuff. I guarantee. I guarantee. People have attitudes, especially the ladies. The dudes, nah, they were cool. It was always the ladies. They, complaining and stuff about it. I'm not gonna do that exercise. I ain't doing that. I'm like, well, why are you out here? This is a boot camp. You're not gonna hurt me. Well, okay, well, go to the gym. Go take a yoga class. Why? It's called boot camp, outdoor boot camp. Go online and look up what Army boot camps are like. Boot camp means strenuous activity outside. So that was part of the marketing. See, some people said, I had a friend of mine that I was helping out with another business, and I was doing like website work for him, and he tried to rope me into doing some of the sales also, and I was like, yeah, that ain't my deal. Sales. He's like, dude, aren't you in fitness? Aren't you? Don't you have to sign up people and sell them? I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I could sell people on fitness all day long. He's like, all right, go ahead and sell me. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not your puppet. you know. See, here's the thing about that. There's so many people out there that want this. I don't need to try to sell it to somebody who's, on the bubble, on the fence, or not even really thinking about it. Why try to sell somebody something that they're not even interested in? That didn't even make sense. So I found out a way how to get in front of people who were interested in it, and I just closed them. I'm not a seller, I'm a closer. Right? I don't have time for all that craziness out there, going through a whole hour presentation trying to sell somebody on health. Like, you already know you need to get in shape, you know. So I focused on all the benefits of being in shape and having a healthy body brings to a person. I focused on all those benefits. And I didn't focus on what's in the program, what we're going to be doing, because if I did that, they would not want to sign up. So I focused mainly on the benefits of signing up to a boot camp, a health and fitness weight loss program. So All that's in the book. You know, it's sales tactics 101. You know, I learned this from some gurus online. You know, how to sell without selling. Like one of my mentors online, he's like, I don't sell anything. You know, I hate selling. If I had to sell something, just shoot me. You know, it's like I, it's not my job to convince you to want to do something. You know, either you want to do it, bright light. Either you want to do it or you don't. Because if you don't, I don't want to waste your time, my time, all my energy, all my brain power trying to convince you and trick you and use hypnotic suggestions and all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to go through all that when there are 10 people in the right over there that want it. The people right over there, that they want to get in shape. I'm going to talk to them because they're interested. I'm not going to be sitting up here trying to, going through the whole process. No. Like I said, all that's in the book. Um, so what you want to do, and I'm doing this right now. No, depending on when you are watching this video. Right now, I'm in the beginning stages right now because this is the first video that I made talking about this since 2007 when I produced that book back then, and it's 2024 right now. So what I'm gonna do, this is a test trial right now. If you are interested in making more money and working a whole lot less, just say yes. I want to make more money in this industry and I want to work less. I don't want to kill myself. Just say that. Say it to yourself. Say it out loud. Say it. Look yourself in the mirror and say it. Just say it. Keep repeating it. Hey, I needed, something's got to give. So just say it. Okay? And what you want to do now, you want to click the link below, and the link's going to take you to my website. And it's just a simple one-page website. Like I said, wherever you are this particular time. But right now, in the beginning, it should be a one-page website. And I'm putting together a wish list, a wait list. Get on the wait list for my updated fitness boot camp book for trainers. How to take your money to the next level in the boot camp industry, in the health and fitness industry. You'll see what I'm doing right now. I'm going to have to update that information for the marketing strategies of 2024. Like I said, I did this back in 2007. We didn't have Instagram, TikTok, all this kind of stuff. YouTube was just getting cranked up back then. I mean, it was not a thing. Social media was not a thing back then. So I was doing legwork. I was marketing in the street. I was hustling. Man, the marketing strategies that I used were off the chain. I give you one. There's a couple little nuggets you can use right now. You might use them, you might not. What I should do, I had a T-shirt made, and what I did was I put my information on the back of the T-shirt, like fitness trainer and my phone number, and I had it on the back of my shirt. And what I actually do, I actually go to the mall. Yeah, I used to go to the mall, upstairs, downstairs mall, and I used to stand at the bottom of the escalator, not the elevator, the escalator. Stand at the bottom of the escalator, or near the bottom of the escalator, and I had my back turned to it. So when people were coming down the escalator, they had to see my shirt. I got clients like that. People would stop me and turn and excuse me, I like your shirt. You have any information that I can get about your program? Why, sure I do. And I give them a flyer or a card or whatever, and I talk to them for a couple minutes. And at that point, see, what am I selling at that point? Because they asked me. At that point, I'm closing. And, it was to the point where they were like, whoa. I'm not trying to sign it right now. I was just going in hard. You call me. Even people who call me, it's like I wasn't even trying to sell them. I was just, as soon as I pick up the phone, Tim Thomas Fitness. They're like, yeah. I guess I see information on from this flyer that I got from my apartment complex. The apartment complex. Yeah, I got this off of a flyer at the mailbox at the apartment complex. Mailbox areas. Marketing in the mailbox areas. Um, yeah. So as soon as they call, yeah, I got this little tearaway flyer from the mailbox at my apartment complex. Yeah, can you tell me something more about the program? Why, sure. it's a it's it's 4 days a week. It's it's 12 or sessions or 16 sessions. It's 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. and it's a 40-minute workout, um, which includes mild workouts to get you in shape and and a whole lot of nutritional information to help you lose weight. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to get uh, most people who want to get in shape and get fit, they do it uh, they do it rather they do it now rather than later. So let me ask you this question. Uh, in your situation, are you ready to get in shape later in life, or you want to do it right now? So I said stuff like that to him, but I had to. It's been so long since I used that tactic, that closing tactic. It's not as sharp as I used to be because I used to just spit it out, blah, 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 blah. And they'd be like, whoa, 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 okay, okay. And then it's a common sense question. So they had to say, yeah, I want to do it now. That's why I'm calling you. And majority of them said that, yeah, that's what I'm calling. Yeah, I need to get in shape. Closing. So I'm not selling, I'm closing. So I teach all that kind of stuff in my book, little tricks and stuff like that, tricks of the trade. Kind of like that movie with Alec Baldwin, Glengarry Ross movie, where he teaches everybody how to sell. ABC, always be closing. ABC, AIDA, attention, interest, decision, action. Do I have your attention? Are you interested? Have you made a decision to sign up and take action, my friends? Pay your money and sign your name on the line. Yeah. Yeah, I go through all that in my book. But like I said, what I'm doing right now, I'm putting together a wait list. And what you can do, get on the wait list right now. It doesn't matter where you are in America. If you have an email, if you can read, you can do this. And just get on the wait list. And that will let me know that, okay, I need to go ahead and complete my book. And it's not going to take me that long because I have everything locked in right here, especially with the new stuff now. Oh man, it's so much easier to get clients. It's just ridiculous. I mean, you just put an ad out on Facebook, if you can place an ad on Facebook without getting banned. It's just people are everywhere online. It's like just money everywhere. It's like I had to go in the street and get these people. You're online now, and you have YouTube, you have videos. You can make videos and do what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to talk about all that in the book, how to do it, what to say, what not to say. Um, oh man, it's like if if I was 10 years younger, yeah, I'll jump all over this strategy right now. But yeah, that one strategy, like I said earlier, that one strategy where I ended up working only 1 hour a day, and I made same or almost more than working those 3 camps. And I was like, and then there's a super bonus inside of the book where the information that I have that I'm providing, or the program that I'm providing to the people, I pull that from me going out performing for them to me sitting in front of the computer performing for them, and they're doing it on their own, and they just check in with me, and I can make more money because I can talk to more people because the world is out there. Now you're training people who are not even in your own city because you're online training them. And I'm not talking about standing in front of a camera doing Zoom workouts and stuff like that. No, I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I mean, you can do it if you can. Yeah, yeah. You know, they got this thing like Peloton and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's that same concept. You know, you're in one place and then hundreds and hundreds of people are watching you at the same time, and you're getting paid for it every time they log in. I mean, it just the sky's the limit. I'm telling you, man. Like I said, if I was 10, 15 years younger and I really had the energy to want to do that again, I would jump all over it. I'll make a killing doing that. And some of my friends, family, they keep telling me, "Why don't you just do it again?" See, I'm in a different feeling. I'm trying to help people now in the business. That's my that's my focus right now, helping people like you who are in the business in the grind. So I feel I can touch more people that way. Not physically touch them, but I can affect more people that way by helping you guys out. So you guys can help those people out. Just use me as the source, use my knowledge, use my information, you use me for your benefit. Use me as a tool so you can go and get this money, get this bag. How do you say? Get this bag. So yeah, go ahead, click the link below, register, get on the wait list. And I tell you what, once I see enough interest, I don't know if it could be 50 people interested, it could be 100, it could be 1,000. It all depends. But if I have enough interest and I have enough people on the wait list, and I'm going to email you, I'm going to send you guys information to keep you up to date of the status because I really want this for you. And once I get to the point where, all right, they want it, then and only then will I go ahead and wrap up the book and close it out and update it and get it ready for 2024. Because I'm telling you, man, there's no better feeling than to walk into a gym that you used to work in and you see your coworkers, they're in there humped over, helping people. All right, give me one more, give me two more, give me three more. And you know they're not making any money. There's no better feeling. Well, I'm not, I mean, that's kind of bad to say. You don't want to see your people, your friends, your coworkers struggling while you banking. But it's like, it is what it is. And you want to help them so bad, but it's like you don't want any competition. Because they used to ask me all the time, man, hey, man, you not what you doing now, man? I don't see you anymore in the gym. Like, well, I had to switch it up. I told them I was doing fitness boot camps, man. I wasn't trying to hide it. I didn't care because see, I knew it's a good idea, but to go ahead and do it, that's another story. See, it's kind of like people who sign up to a lot of these courses to make money and stuff like that. They get excited when they jump into the course, but then they never take action. It's like it just sits on the shelf and collects dust. So it's like it's the same concept with this. It's like I tell you about it, but are you going to do it? And to stand in front of 15, 20 people and work them out, you got to know what you're doing. And you're doing like 16 sessions, and I said my program was 2 months, so it's like 16 sessions for phase one, 16 for phase two. Yeah, these guys out here playing cricket. Yeah, yeah, cricket. Yeah, and they're over there playing tennis. Yeah, man, look at it. I had people on tennis courts. I had them doing suicides. I had people running around trees. It's like I turned kid games into adult games, like tag and stuff like that, and wheelbarrow. I, I did wheelbarrow one time, and I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Where you grab somebody's legs and their hands on the ground, and then you pretend like they're the wheelbarrow, and they just like they use their hands like they're running on their hands. And I had people doing that on the tennis court, running back and forth. Yeah, that was a big mistake because it tore their hands up. The ones that didn't have gloves, they were like, "Ah, my hands." I was like, "Ooh, sorry." See, that only works in the grass, but then You don't know what's in the grass. Could be dog doo doo somewhere in the grass, or ant pile or whatever. Just so you got to learn what type of exercise to put into your program. Uh, and you have different fitness levels because you have people out of shape and some people in shape in the same class. So you have to adjust and learn how to do that and work with those people. So it's I feel like I had to split my brain in half a lot of times. So I used to put beginners on one side and more advanced on the other side, or not so much advanced, but people who were more in shape on this side. Group them together and group those together. And I was doing like 2 camps in one. Like that was really, I was grinding. I was like, ooh. Cause see what it is. I would have one class go through the first beginner month, then they'll come back for the second one, but then they'll invite their friend, but their friend is out of shape, so their friend is a beginner and they're more advanced now. And it was wow. You got to learn how to do all that kind of stuff, how to split your brain and do 2 workouts in the same workout. But yeah, you taking me back. I have so many crazy memories, so many fun memories. Like I'm at this park right now, and I don't know if you can see it back in the distance back there. There's a hill back there. I mean, it's like a 15-foot hill, and it goes up to the top, and there's like a little platform, or it's like a building on top of that hill back there. Uh, you can't see it because of the trees; they're blocking the view right there. But yeah, at this particular park, I had people running up and down that hill. Man, look at here. And see, I'm in Tampa right now, and I didn't do too many camps here in Tampa because, like I said, I was in Atlanta during that time. And then when I came home for the holidays, this is what I did. I came home for Christmas, and I didn't go back until February. So I stayed down in Tampa for the winter, whereas Tampa doesn't have a real winter. The low might be 55, 60. Atlanta, it drops down into the teens. Boy, you can't, man. You can't do anything out there. It's too cold. So I would stay down in Tampa during the winter months. Like I come home for Christmas, like right before Christmas, and stay till like mid-February. It is what it is. It can't work. If you can't work, what are you up there for? So I had to pay my rent while I was down here. I'm paying my rent up there while I was down here in Tampa. So yeah, some wild stuff. Well, I was, and hey, I forgot to tell you about this. At one point, I said, this was prior to me uh, breaking out of doing a bunch of camps. This is when I was just starting, and I got that buzz like, oh, I can make some money, some serious money. Ooh, let me take my talents. I'm gonna do like LeBron James. I'm gonna take my talents to Miami. Yeah, I moved to Miami, and I took my talents down there. And boy, they were eating this boot camp stuff up. Look at it. If you down in the Miami area, you can rack up. They love fitness down there because you have the beach down there. Oh, I used to train right on South Beach, and there was like this. It was a modeling agency right across the street on South Beach, and I had about 10 models that worked out with me in one class. It was an evening class, like 7 p.m. So I had stuff like that going on. But you know what? That's probably one of the worst camps I ever had. The reason why is because well, first of all, models they're models. They have model bodies. They look like they're in shape. They're slim, but what it is, what's on the inside, what looks good on the outside is not good on the inside. So they would come to my class and they'll be like divas, like uh, uh, doing all like that. I don't want to sweat today. I'm like, get your goofy behind out of here. I don't want to sweat today. Or they'll be, if you can smell alcohol on them. It just, and then a lot of models see they don't eat that much, and to exercise you need fuel to burn off calories and boost your metabolism and all that good stuff. So if you're not eating, you had like, what did you eat today? Oh, I had a salad earlier at 12. Like, Man, I had two ladies that almost fell out. Like, you know, it was just ridiculous. I'm like, I was glad I didn't. I see my program is 2 months. I'm like, man, after this first month, I didn't even tell them about the second month. I was like, all right, you made it, made it through the program. All right, great job, great job, great job. I didn't even weigh them or anything. I was like, I just want to get rid of them, get them out of here. Like, peace out, peace, deuces. But yeah, what I did down in Miami was wow. You know, people just joining my camps left and right. But it's like, once again, I can't be everywhere. And so what I did was, instead of me doing doing my own thing, being self-employed, I want to turn into a business person. So what I did was, I hired other trainers to work for me to train my classes, and I paid them, like 70%. Like, one class made 1,000, I paid them 700. You know, you know, let's do the math. You're doing 12 sessions for $700. Do the math. I can't do the math right now. What's that? Seven. That's about one. I can't even do the math. Uh, 700 divided by, I can't, by 12. Okay, I'm going crazy with the math. 700 divided by 12. Well, 700 divided by 10 is 70. So 12, just add maybe about, what is that? That's about probably $85 an hour, $85 a session. So yeah, they ate that up. And I had about 4 trainers working for me. And so let's do the math on that. So I had about 4 classes running. Just say $1,000 a pop, and they're making 700. I'm making 300. So that's 3, 6. That's $1,200. So I made $1,200 off of 4 camps, and plus I did my own camp also. I'm not crazy now. I'm living down in Miami with only $1,200. That's like going back to the LA Fitness days. I'm like, I didn't move down to Miami to be broke, and you know that's not cool. You need to make some serious money down in Miami. So I was doing my own camps also. So I did 2 of them on my own, and then I had 4. I believe I had 4. Was it 4 or 5? Something like that. Anyway, uh, that was just extra money bringing in. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to just take it to the next level and get like 10, 20 camps running at the same time, and I can just pull back and just manage them. But something happened where I was like, you know what, this Miami thing is not working out for me. Well, first of all, I don't speak Spanish, so that was it was a language barrier right there. So that really kind of hurt me bad right there. But I ended up moving back to Atlanta after that. So I was in Atlanta, then I moved to Miami, then I went back to Atlanta. Yeah. So, but I digress. Yeah. Yeah. Just go ahead and click the link down below. Go ahead and get set up. Get on the wait list, and I'm gonna keep up with you, okay? And keep checking your email. Let me know. Well, I'm gonna let you know. You're not gonna let me know. You're not gonna let me know anything, but give me your name and your email address. Let me know that you're interested. But go ahead and do that right now, and let everybody else know. Anybody else who might be interested in getting my information, getting this knowledge, so you can take it to the next level. And like I said, I have those 2 bonuses inside. Those 2 bonus camps. It's gonna mess you up. You're gonna be like, "Wow, I did not know that." Like, yeah. I tell you what, I give you this. Uh, I got contracts. Where nobody could do what I was doing. I had signed contracts to train in certain places, and I would just show up, and people would just be coming down. They'd just come down. Like, the people didn't. They didn't pay for it. They just showed up because I had a contract set up. So that's a little nugget into the bonus. So I tell you, this thing is big, boy. The money is here. The money is here. You just gotta know how to get it. They have the money. They want to give it to you. Are you willing to take it? Are you willing to get a hold of that money and put it in your pocket? That's your only job. That's your only goal in this thing, is to get your hand and reach it into their wallet and get that money out of that wallet and put it in your wallet. That's your only goal in this thing. Health and fitness is just a tool to get that money. Are you willing to get that money? Because I know people say, well, I got into health and fitness industry because I like being in shape, I like feeling healthy, and I want to help other people. Nah. You got into this because you don't want a regular 9-to-5 job with a paycheck with a boss staring over you all the time. That's why you got into this, and you want this easy money. But you found out it was not easy because you found out it's full of sales. And by the time you get to that client, working the client out is easier than trying to get the client. I can go on and on about that, passionate about that. So, but yeah, trying to tell you, do this, my friends. Click the link below, get on the wait list, and I'll see you on the inside. All right? Peace out.